Renegades.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wild week. We had turkey. We're fat. We're happy. We're not asleep anymore. And Prince Harry's getting married. Oh, my God. Royal wedding coming next year. Sorry, I'm excited. I'm excited for a royal wedding. I don't know why the British royal weddings are what I love, but they're my guilty pleasure. Chief.
We all have our things.
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
Chief
I
likes
guess.
Chief likes Sasquatch. How you doing, Chief?
Hi, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. And Dolly Leigh, welcome back to the show. How have you been?
Thank you. I've been pretty great.
Welcome to the Second Timers Club.
Thanks.
Yes, welcome back.
Yes, you have been a busy woman as of late, haven't you?
Yeah, I actually have, yeah.
So business is good.
Business is very good. I've been getting a lot of shoots this year, so it's going well.
That is fantastic. And Chief had mentioned something before you came on. We have to go vote for you for something? What's this voting?
Oh, yes. I was AVN fan nominated for Most Epic Ass.
Oh.
That's what it was. Yeah,
That's what it
I
was.
said, I think we have to go vote for her ass.
Right.
I'm not
Right,
sure exactly what it is yet.
I'm pretty proud of that. Like, how many people can say they have an award-nominated ass? Like, probably not that many.
So where do you go to vote for that? What's the website you go to?
It's the AVN fan voting website. It's posted a ton on my Twitter because I've just been boosting the shit out of it.
Well, now you go like Jennifer Lopez and you get your ass insured for like a couple $1 million. So if anything happens to it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. She did that?
Yeah, she did. It's like she's done that. I think I don't know if you remember, Chief. You remember Mary Hart from Entertainment Tonight?
Yes.
She had like her legs insured, so if like anything happened to her legs,
people can get body parts insured. I've heard of that before.
yeah.
Like I think hand models get their hands insured.
Hand models.
Dr. Strange should have got his hands insured. So you have recently moved.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to
Well,
tell. You don't have to
almost
tell
a year
people-
now.
Almost a year. You don't have to tell people
Mm-hmm.
where. No creepers. I wanted to ask because I see when people think of the industry, they think a lot about people. They live in LA. They live, they work. But it seems like nowadays that's not the case. Is it because I've heard because LA is so congested? It's expensive to live there.
Yeah. So for me, it's that, one, it is, like, I want to be able to take some time away from being in LA. Like, I love people in LA. I love my work. But every now and then I need to relax a little more. I like that I could, like, drive 20 miles away and it'll take 20 minutes where I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also, like, I'm living in a city. Like, I'm not afraid to say I live in St. Louis. And it's like there's a lot going on, but it's cheap. And,
Right.
I can't really ask for more than that. I have, like, a nice place here that I could not afford in LA the same size and all of this, and
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, definitely. I just noticed that with a lot of the folks that we've talked to from the industry, that seems to be the case. Is they'll live, like you say in St. Louis. I know Ryan Riesling lives in North Carolina, and you guys do that once a month to LA for bookings, and then you come back home for a bit.
Right. And I've also been thinking that it's probably, like, I feel like when I travel, I'm like, okay, I only have these dates in town. Directors are more likely to be like, oh shit, we got to book her right now versus, well, she's here anytime. We'll book her eventually.
Let's snatch her up while she's here and get her to do our films. That is smart business right there.
Mm-hmm.
And with the business, we were talking the other day, and I've noticed, Chief and I were actually talking about this the other day as well, about how big virtual reality has gotten in the industry. It seems there's so many more virtual Now, I'm old as dirt. Chief is old like me. Virtual reality, when we were growing up, it was like everybody wanted virtual reality, and the closest thing we got to was the Virtual Boy from Nintendo with the red screen that gave you migraines when you played that damn thing. But nowadays, it's just so easy. You just get a VR headset, put your phone up there, and you're watching it. How big has that gotten in the industry lately?
I mean, I think it's gotten pretty huge. I don't know how long it's going to last as far as like the vanilla porn goes. I know it's definitely huge for femdom for sure, because they want to feel like the dominatrix is towering over them and doing all that.
Like a point of view kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But it's pretty, I mean, it gets doing pretty decent for like just straight up stuff now, because there's all these POV lovers, and this is POV to the next level.
So it's like an immersion. The people want to feel that immersion in the scene with the performer.
They want to feel like they are the guy. They don't just want to see a random guy.
Right. That's interesting. Now, how is that shot? Is there different special cameras that have to be shot with it? Because we were talking about this the other day. I'm weird. I want to know behind the scenes. What's the cameras, the sound, everything?
Okay.
Sorry. Dogs
they
are
use like these two little individual cameras that are like really small, and they have this rig where it's kind of like a metal rig that holds them together like the perfect distance apart, and they place it on a stand over the guy's face so it doesn't move around at all, because if there's a lot of motion from the camera, people are going to get sick.
Right.
So you don't want that. And so the guy just kind of leans back and is like going with the camera in front of his face. Or he'll just sit there when it's like cowgirl and all that, and then I'll have to do all the work bouncing on it and everything like that.
So did they have to do like a test, like, okay, you look right, look left? Because I know that you got to get like most of the room, so like if the person with the headset on, watching, like looks left or look right, you have to see what the person is there seeing. So is there like, before the scene starts, we have to test, hey, do a panorama, pan around, look up, look down?
I haven't seen them do that. I think they've just kind of like perfected their method at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we talked about it before, but it seems like the adult industry is always the breakthrough, like with technology, like
right.
It's always first. They always do adult movies with it first. It always comes out. Why do you think that porn is like on the cusp of technology like that? Is it just because it's such a visual medium? They're always looking what's next in the visual industry.
It could be that. It could also be that people get bored quickly, and so we're always trying to like push for the next thing to hold their attention and keep the sales coming and all of that. And if there's like, some sort of new technology involved, it's more likely to pick up sales again. And also, I mean, just like everybody watches it. So.
And if don't say you don't, people. Don't say you don't.
You're lying. If you say you haven't seen it, you're lying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's really, and that is because it seemed like the adult industry was some of the first to have, high definition videos, and then the VR, 4K.
Everybody's
they're like always right on the edge of technology. It's crazy. And you never hear about the industry getting credit for that either. You never hear it's like the dark secret people. It's like, no, it's like this industry breaks through technology like crazy.
Yeah, but nobody wants to talk about it.
I love talking about it. I think it's an amazing.
Exactly.
industry.
Give credit where credit is due, people.
And like I've said this to everybody. I even say this to people that I that ask when they hear the podcast. They're like, you had so and so on. I'm like, yeah, because they're freaking the nicest people and the most awesome people on the planet. I mean, come on now. So you have been busy. You have been doing a lot of bookings.
Yeah.
And a lot of videos coming out lately, it seems. Looking at your Twitter feed, a lot of videos coming out. How has everything been going on those fronts with the performing and things like that?
I think it's going really well. I think this year is when companies really started noticing me and started to be like, hey, that girl seems cool. Let's, start booking her. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't know. It's cool being successful. It's something you enjoy, so.
We'll get there one day, Chief.
Never thought I'd really be doing this when I was younger, but hey, here I am having a good time, so.
Do what you love, right? Just do what you love.
Exactly.
So, who have been some of the people you've worked with lately? Because it seems like you've been working with a lot of fantastic male and female performers as of late.
Well, I just worked with Mindy Mink, and she was wonderful. She is, like, seriously one of the best girl performers I've ever worked with. She knows what she's doing. Trying to think. Who else? I worked with Tarzan for the first time. He was pretty funny. He's fun. And Logan Pierce, I think, for New Sensations. He was awesome. I'd love to work with him again. And I mean, there's been some other recent ones too, but it's hard to keep track of everything that's going on. But I don't know. I've been having like a lot of good luck with the talents I've been paired with lately, which is good.
So how does the booking go? Do they? This is something I'm interested in. Because I know you're represented by somebody.
Yes, correct? I have an agent.
So do they do the producers of the film or the main housing, call the agent, they call you, let you know, hey, they want you to do a scene with so and so, and then you kind of give the yay or nay on that?
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't normally find out who the talent is till the day before, but for the rest of it, yeah, like, here's your scene, here's the company, here's your rate, do you want it? They'll definitely do that, and there's only been a few scenes I've turned down, so normally what they get me is pretty good, so it's just easiest that way because I like having an agency because especially when I travel, I like that I can go home and take like a break from the industry and like besides selling my clips and all that, and I can just relax for a bit. Whereas otherwise, I would spend the entire time home trying to book myself for next trip, and I really don't want to be doing that.
How is that as the selling of clips? Because it seems like a lot of performers are doing that as selling clips on different clip sites. How is that? Is that something that they, even though you have an agent, you're represented, that's yours completely, yours alone, or?
Yeah, that's mine completely. Although the clip sites always take a cut, right. I think it's good to have like extra sources of income when you're in this industry. I definitely only get a small fraction from clips compared to my professional shoots, but it's still, it's nice to have a little boost. A few years ago.
They just allow you the freedom to control your own image, and whatever you do, you get
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I don't shoot for it all the time because I really do. I mean, I love shoots more, and when I'm in LA is when I'm with other performers, and often I don't have a lot of time to shoot for my clip stores just because I'm working. But it's just it's a good thing to have.
So, and now, are those ones you create yourself, or they're customs? Like, people say, hey, I want to see this.
I don't do customs all that often, but I'm open to doing them depending on it. But most of the ones here are ones I create myself or ones I made with my friends, and we're like, here, we're going to do these things because we think they'll sell. Mm-hmm. We just kind of collaborate on them together.
Because I can just imagine the emails, if it's like, hey, I'm taking customs, some of the emails would be kind of like, what the hell?
Are there like trends in the adult industry that you notice that come and go? Like trends, people want to see this.
I mean, everybody rushes to right now.
Really, that's the
biggest thing.
Really?
Yeah.
And like, what was the last? Is there like a range, like all these different things that you notice? All of a sudden, everybody wants to see somebody with their sister.
I don't know. As long as I've been shooting, like the last year and a half coming to LA, that's been the thing.
Really?
That's yeah.
That's get into the psyche of people. Like, hey, this is all these people are thinking about.
I don't know, but hey, whatever sells.
That's right.
Hey, there's a site for everything out there. I mean, there's cosplays, videos and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it's a big industry, and I'm happy that you're succeeding in it. That's the big thing, is I'm happy that you're succeeding and that you're happy with it. That's what I love, is that you're so happy with it, and you are fantastic to everybody. We follow each other on Twitter. We talk on Twitter. Mm-hmm. You are fantastic with everybody. And even Chief has said she's one of the ones that talks to me like on Twitter quite often.
Yeah, well, I mean, like a lot of people come and go on the show. We'll see them on the show, and we'll talk to them maybe a couple of times on social media here and there, but you don't see them. And you're consistently active on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty active.
So I mean, I said, yeah, she's cool. She's always really personal and cool.
And now I know, because we have talked about this and I followed it. With the fame though has come a lot of, and I just want to. You don't have to talk much on it.